least two to three trainings daily.
You were cutting out.
You're cutting out. Each general should have at least 2 to 3 trainings done for the day.
Does hiring count as a training?
Not really, not really. It doesn't matter if you're hosting the training or you're overseeing the training from a hard hat or whatever. As long as you have it, you're the one posting it um in the activity log. Then yeah,
It's going to be really hard for all these gens to do 2 to 3 a day. So you're saying we just have to attend one as well to count for credit? Is that what you're saying?
I mean it's not really hard if you look at it, cause the way how we do it right now, how we got it programmed is we mostly do trainings after raid, after the debriefings and stuff like that. And it shouldn't really be like that. We should have trainings and drills, around the clock or, at least, here and there, not just after the briefings and stuff. So say for instance, after the 10 o'clock raid, I will pass and we have active soldiers on active hard hats or soft caps, it doesn't matter. Just try to host a little training, keep the base active. I know each I know each and every one of you generals in here have your own unique personality, and every one of you can bring your own unique taste when it comes to training and giving these hard hats and recruits RP training. Another thing I want to touch on is we need to maintain high level of professionalism at the gates at all times. Proper conduct must be upheld, especially at main gate, because the main gate is where everything happens, where all the civilians come at, where PD meet at. We got to maintain that professionalism. I know every one of well, most of you gens are either a co-commander or a commander of a unit in here, and I need to see full activity of all these units. What I'm trying to say is I want to see these units active. I want to see them doing training for their own operations. I want to see them trying to link up with other factions and get stuff going.
Yes, sir. And if I can say real quick, Crown God, that's why I added you to the Go Squad channel, just for visibility. I sent you the request on Friday. Um, didn't see you on it, so I just went ahead and sent it to you again today.
I copy that. Number 4, frequent gate checks and incident reports. I had the admins change the training log to incident report and activity log. So basically, I'm gonna give y'all a format later on tonight. So basically, the format is gonna be, whenever you have body cam footage of anything that happened on base, anything at all, whether it's big or small, just fill out the format. You know, drop your evidence. It doesn't matter if you have evidence or not. If you don't have evidence, drop a statement. So if anything, the admins come to us, we can give them something to work with. You feel what I'm saying?
So for
Yes, sir.
Hold on 1 second. Yes, now with the gate checks, at least every 10 minutes, we should have a general or, riding through the base to make sure all entry points and all the gates are secured. As I said before, that, it's mandatory to have at least one or two soft caps or soldiers, or it doesn't matter. It could be a general, for God's sake, on top of the towers.
10-4.
Number five, it's really becoming mandatory that we start using body cam on a regular. Not all the time, but turn it on every once in a blue moon to try to catch something. If a situation is about to happen and you're gonna need body cam footage, try to put your body cam footage on. For some of you who use iPhone, if you use a screen recorder, you should you cannot have it on low power mode, because if you have it on low power mode while you're trying to screen record, it's gonna have a lag. So I don't know if Android users go through stuff like that, but I know how my iPhone works, so I'm just giving you a little tip. Body cams are becoming mandatory. Well, they already are mandatory. So please, we need to enforce that on all the soldiers and ourselves. Last but not least, every one of you have high authority. You just have to know how to use it. So with that being said, I want to see you guys helping out with the hiring interviews, the rank up interviews, and stuff like that. And every time you do an interview or you do a training and stuff like that, just put it in the activity log or the incident report, following the format, so we can know, okay, this general is doing work. If I do not see that, I cannot say, okay, yeah, you're doing work. Those 5 key points that I just made, any type of violations to those terms may lead to a rep or demotion if I see you not, doing the required. Yeah, after the meeting, I will create a mock-up of all the points that I made. So, you guys can always look over it every now and again. Also, we need to do a proper mapping of the base. Mr. Bix, my bad, I just seen your name, your hand up.
No, you're good. Now, the only question I got is the rank up part. Are we still either sending them to DB or you, or do you want them put into that log?
All you have to do once they pass their rank up interview, or if they pass the hiring interview, just send either me or DFG Cooper a message if we're online, and just tell us to rank them up or give them their suit.
Correct, correct. That's why I was just making sure that we're not changing that and putting it into the log that you're talking about.
Yeah. Also for the hiring and the rank up interviews, there are scripts. If you guys don't have the scripts, just let us know. I will post the scripts in the faction chat so you guys could copy and paste it and save it somewhere, so you guys always have it. Okay, yeah, getting back to what I was saying. Proper mapping of the base and name of all locations. So now this is very important because we have a new base and we haven't fully mapped it out yet and named certain location. This kind of interfere with the call outs on the radios. So it's very important that we come together as one, with ideas, of where we're gonna name certain parts of the base. I already named Main Gate. Already, kept Westgate as Westgate. Landing zone as landing zone. I named the new training facility they gave us. It's called a training facility. Any other points that you guys see? Any other areas that you guys, come up with that you want to name it? Just we could organize that.
Mr. Crime, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ahmed has a raid command group that he started started on Discord. He went around and named some areas. Did you want me to send you what he kind of came up with as well?
He actually named all the areas.
Yeah, he took screenshots of all the areas and put names on them. I can send you those if you don't have those, sir, just to see what you think.
All right, copy that. As I said before, some of you in here are unit commanders, so I really need to see y'all getting y'all units active and fully functioning and ready for operations on the base or off the base. Always try to, especially in the debriefings, always try to recite the rules to the soldiers so they always know. When you hear something all the time, it's gonna kind of get stuck in your mind low key. So let's try to practice, telling them the rules all the time. Even if you have to create a macro, like, what I be doing, just spamming the rules, different type of rules in the chat. This is my last point. Then, I'm gonna let you guys have the floor. As you guys can see, you know, we have towers on the base and we only have like 2 gates now. So basically, the main towers, they're going to be treated as gates. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, I always want to see soldiers or a general on top of the towers.
Tenfold.
I copy that. Yes, Miss St. Patrick's. Yeah, that sounds. My bad. Go ahead. Yeah, that sounds like an excellent idea. I love it. You know, you guys should work on that. And that also goes back to what I was saying with mapping out the base and, you know, naming certain locations. So when the times to get to the call out, we could say, all right, intruder or tango by the training facility. You feel what I'm saying? So like, you know, yeah, it's very important. So yeah, I made my key points to any generals. First of all, DFG Cooper, do you have anything that you want to say or touch base on?
Not at the moment. I think you pretty much covered it.
I copy that. Do any generals have any questions or misunderstandings with what I said earlier?
I have a question, sir.
Who said that? Can you please stand up?
Yeah, like right now with my work schedule stuff, IRL, literally I'm like lucky if I can be on by the 6 p.m. raid, and like I'm going to work, I have to be to work by like 6 a.m. in the morning. So like I'm usually not on. If I'm on for the 10 o'clock raid, it's a rarity. So there's absolutely no way I'm gonna be able to fit in 3 trainings within that time span. Now I might be able to do that on the weekend, but definitely not during the week.
Listen, I understand situations like that. That's why we have the forum in the Discord, leave of absence. So like if you can't make it for tonight or at a certain time, just let it be known.
Yes, sir, and that's the same for me.
Yeah, all of that is understandable and you know it's expected because that's reality. That's IRL. So like that's why I'm enforcing you to you know whatever situations that you know you can't make it or whatever your schedule is, just drop it in the leave of absence so we could be informed. I mean, if you can.
I mean, another struggle that we're going to have too is, and that's one of the reasons that trainings have slowed down, is we haven't had the numbers that we've had in the past. We're kind of in a rebuilding phase right now. So that's one of the reasons that trainings have slowed down. And yeah, I think for a while there, the people were getting burned out, and that's why we've seen so many people drop off as well. So that might be something to consider too. I mean, people only have so many hours in the day as far as like the recruits and stuff like that go. So, I don't know how much they can truly dedicate to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I understand the whole, uh, you know, rules aspect as well, sir. But in this rebuilding phase, um, I don't know. I think it might be pay for us to be a little more lenient as far as some of the recruiting goes, just to ensure that we can get our numbers built back up and train them slowly on what's expected, just for sake of actually active players on a regular basis.
Yeah, that's understandable. But you probably looking at it from a different point of view. Cause how much generals we have in here? We have like 20 generals in here. If each of us hosts a training or oversee a training at least 2 or 3 times a day, it doesn't have to be three. It can be 2 times a day. You feel what I'm saying? Like once the activity logs is jumping and training is going on, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's what they was kind of pointing at. That's 40 trainings. If it's 20 of us and we're doing that's like 40 to 120 trainings, and we barely have 3 and 4 soft caps at a time that log on as soon as they hear training. You know, they got RL stuff. I can't blame them. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we really don't have a lot of people to just hit trainings, and then you want us to do it all day. So we can put it in the chat, but if nobody shows up, where do we go from on that standpoint?
Yeah, in situations like that, just put it in the incident report that, trainings was canceled or there was no training due to lack of staff.
10-4.
Because like I said, like all these pros and cons, they're expected. So it's like, I'm not going to kill you if something didn't happen because we didn't had enough players online. You feel what I'm saying? It's expected. It happens from time to time. But if we have a fully functional base and the number counts are high, you know, I expect high activity. We have high number counts online. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. We just haven't over the past month. It's been like a ghost town. Like even for the raids, like there's times where we've got 7, 8, 10 people that show up for the lineup. And that was with the old base. Like it's been about the same with the new during the week, from my understanding. So I don't know. I mean, I just don't know how feasible it's going to be to actually have even close to that amount of trainings, and let alone just the manpower in general. Like I said, we're rebuilding right now, so I think we've got a little ways ahead of us before we can really fully implement a lot of that stuff, honestly.
Understandable. Mr. Smitty, I see you hand up.
Yes, sir. So, just point of clarification, I guess. When you're saying 2 to 3 trainings a day, you're saying every single gen in this room should be at least 2 to 3 trainings a day, or are you saying we should have them per week, 2 to 3? Because my understanding was 2 to 3 prior, and understand you're doing what you want to do, and rightfully so. I'm just trying to get clarification. That's all.
Mr. David, you okay in the corner there?
I'm fine. I think my game might have been like glitching out a bit.
So, Mr. Smitty, what are you telling me is you can't do at least 2 trainings a day?
I'm not saying I can't do 2 trainings a day. What I'm trying to just get clarification on, because it seems like there seems to be a lot of confusion. Are you expecting each gen to oversee it? Well, I guess let me ask a different question. So I'm confusing myself now. Overseeing the training, can there be multiple gens overseeing one training? I guess, or are you just saying 2 to 3 trainings, having 2 to 3 attendances per person per day?
I mean, if you guys want to have like 2 to 3 gens in the training, hosting the training, that's fine. But when I say that every gen should at least be doing 2 to 3 trainings daily, that's just a recommendation for your daily duties.
Oh, I understand that. I guess that's why I'm asking for the clarification because each gym putting on 2 to 3 trainings, that's going to be, I mean, upwards of 60 trainings a day. And maybe I'm misunderstanding that. And if I am, I apologize.
I mean, if it's too much and we could find like some way to work around it, we can do that. So tell me, what do you guys suggest?
Well, I'm not saying it's too much, I guess, or arguing with you right now. I'm just clarifying, is that what your intention is, I guess.
I mean, if that's what it is, that's what it is. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't do the math on it. I just expect a general, as a recommendation, as their daily duties, to have at least 2 to 3 trainings done for the day. Nah, you don't have to take a picture and do all that. All you have to do is make a log in the incident report or activity log and say at this time we didn't have enough active soldiers or soft caps to do a training. That's it. I mean, you don't really have to put a picture. You could just type out their names or tag them. You know,
I'd rather take a
once.
picture.
I mean, if you want to take a if you want to take a picture, it's cool. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make it a little bit more easier. Because as long as we could see the names or whatever, it's fine by me. So, do we have any more questions about the trainings, or do we need to make adjustments? Let me know. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to make this shit, make this comfortable for y'all, and still try to make this a more productive base. So if the 2 to 3 trainings a day as a recommendation as your daily duties is too much, just let me know so I could, we could start off with at least one or some. Yeah, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like the two is fine by me. Like it doesn't have to be 3. You feel what I'm saying? But if we have high activity, like why not? You feel what I'm saying? And also with rebuilding the base, um, we're gonna try. I wouldn't say do hiring events in the morning, but we're gonna probably try come up with a system where we can allow we could do walk-ins basically for your interviews and get your suit. But that's only for the ones that can make it for the 6:30 Eastern time iron event. Because there's a lot of people in different time zones and stuff like that, Africa, UK. So yeah, trying to accommodate them at the same time. The
Cool. That's cool. There's somebody here online to add the roles because I've been keeping up with that pretty hard. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's not been anybody in a long time come to us and say that they're not in the Discord. So I stay on top of that pretty heavy. So as long as there's somebody here that can add the roles.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'll be on top of that also. Um, Mr. Mars, did you had your hand up? I didn't see clearly.
Yeah, I had a question. I would say on the trainers, it don't really gotta be no hard training. You could have base tour trainers, boom, 5 minutes done out of there. And then another thing, Mr. Roger said, making a list. Can we like make a list, sign up list? Okay, this person got training this day, instead of everybody, you know what I mean, being bundled up trying to train. We can have a list, a form list where everybody sign up for whatever time they able to have that training. Would that make it easier or what?
I ain't gonna lie, that was a lot to process.
Basically, like Mr. Roger said, having a list for people to sign up to the days they're able to train. So like everybody in the forum will know these days is training and what kind of training they having, you know, as we can it's like spread out throughout the week or throughout the day. Like this, everybody would know who having the training, what day training, and what time they training. Basically having another set form for training sign up day or whatever, hard cap or gym, whatever.
We did have a schedule of set trainings and which type of trainings that I don't know if we still have it. I may have to look back in the chat to see if we still have it. But if you guys want to do it like that with the schedule, then we could do it like that if it's more easier and less confusing.
Yes, sir. I was trying to. I apologize. No, I was trying to raise my hand. I don't know why I can't raise my hand in here. Uh, but I was saying even with the list, I was thinking more so also ideal of let's say all Mondays. I'm a sports guy. I used to do sports, so every Monday we did 400s, and every Tuesday 200s. Or so, what if we do like every Monday is taser training, every Tuesdays is like my man said, tour training, and every Wednesday, so forth and so forth. And then each gen takes, or a group of gen takes a certain time of each of those days. Just so it won't be so much confusion. Just an idea.
So basically you're saying we should have a scheduled day of no training. I mean, yeah, I could work with that also.
Or like Monday trainings, like Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, or something like that. I agree. Yeah, it can't be every day. We can't just run these people into the ground because they're not going to stay.
But at the
Yeah.
same times, the training's supposed to be fun. So if the general, whoever hosting the training, cannot make the training fun, you know, it's gonna be draining, as you said.
Facts. I feel like more fun trainings should be, like out there instead of just like us doing the same kind of like training and stuff. Let's try to like switch it up and find something more better.
Exactly. Demi. What's up, Demi? I ain't seeing your hand. My bad. I apologize.
You're good. So for the leave of absence, I thought that was only for when you're not going to be on the game. So if we put in a leave of absence for something just for like a training or whatever, like, and we're supposed to do that every time, like, is that something that's going to be changing?
Um, that's entirely up to you. Cause with the leave of absence, you don't have to put it in if you miss a training. You know, you just got to put it in if you can't make it to a training or you can't, host a training on that day or the next day or whatever day. You just got to put it in so we could be informed that you can't come on those specific days or that specific time. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then the other thing is, so is every training that we're going to be holding mandatory now? Because literally this literal past month, all the soft hats were complaining because every training was mandatory and they were getting sick of it because they couldn't do their own thing.
Who said anything about mandatory trainings? Because mandatory training never came out of my mouth.
Never mind.
Yeah, mandatory training never came out of my mouth. So, like, yeah. Um, with them being ranked up in a whole training system, I mean, you could kind of say that, but like if they don't attend trainings, or we can't see if we don't have no type of activity log to go back and see, okay, yeah, this person been attending training, this person been doing that, this and that. If we don't have something to see that's logged, like, yeah, yeah, that's our job. That's me, DFG Cooper, and whichever other DFG I appoint. Like, that's gonna be our job. We're gonna oversee everything. Yeah, and I understand where he was coming from too. Does anybody else have any questions or any adjustments that they wants to be made? Just let me know right now and here. What's good, Mr. Biggs?
I know, back to the hiring stuff we were just talking about. I know we do a lot of the hiring at Maingate, but I also know Westgate, we normally have a Jen, myself, or somebody else down there. Are we able, if somebody asks to be hired, are we able to do an interview down there and get, as long as you or DB is online, to be able to give them their suits?
That's a good question. Because now this all goes back to the hiring script. I don't know if you have ever have the hiring script before, but we do have a hiring script where we follow, a process. First we take their passport, we get their Discord names, we ask them a little couple of minor questions. And, after that, we take them down to the radio tower or headquarters, and, that's when we start with the barrage of different specific questions that we have on the script. And, after you they pass the interview, if they pass, just send us a message. We'll come down or whatever, call us on the radio, whatever, we'll come down, give them their suit.
Correct. That's all I was wondering. So basically, we're able to do stuff at Westgate.
Yeah, basically, but like in terms of like, say if PD come to Westgate or EMS come to Westgate and they trying to meet up, they got to come to the main gate. Yeah, but the reason why I created a script, because back then, like when we do the interviews, like on the base and stuff like that, especially being at the main gate or south gate where we used to be, there always used to be like a clash of mics. So like that's why I created a script, so we could have a good process, and without interrupting the main gate.
I'm just trying to make sure I'm following. So all hiring will be done at main gate, nothing at Westgate.
Thank you. Just so you know, Crime God, what you're saying is fucking bullshit, and a lot of people are gonna fucking leave. That's just fucking stupid what you're saying. I'm not gonna fucking lie. It's fucking messed up.
Jimmy,
What the hell?
It's not the way to go
wow.
about it, man. It's not the way to go about it, man. Respectfully, it's not the way to go about it.
Yes, Mr. Baker.
Yeah. So I mean, kind of had 3 points. I really want to reduce it down to two because the second point, I think we have a clear understanding of that. So with the first point, I just want to know, should it be done the same way that we've been doing regarding the raids? So when it comes to main gate, I know with the old base, normally we'll wait and let them come into the base. You know what I'm saying, before we start to shoot. But I know at the same time we have like a shorter span with the base and the way that it's set up right now for them coming into the gate and being able to come in and cause a problem. Should we keep it the way that we've been doing it now with the whole new base?
Yeah, right now, for now, let's just keep doing it the way we're doing it. Because earlier I had a meeting with the admins, and they're gonna work on all the green zones and stuff like that. They're gonna finalize all that for us, so we know the boundaries and stuff like that.
Yes, sir. And that definitely kind of bring up my third point. My second point was actually going to be as far as how fast it is for a Tango to switch from Westgate and just make two left turns, and all of a sudden that they're at Main Gate, and the same vice versa. But I think I, I I've been seeing everything that's been going on within the past couple of days, and I do think that we have a good control over that, especially when it comes to MP. I have seen them in action, and they are all over that. So shout out to MP for that. My third point regarding what you just said with the green zones, it seems that now, well, as far as main gate seemed to be cool. It seems to be a lot similar to the way that it was played with the last base regarding you can't come up here across that road. It is still a road in between where we are, and as far as being across, you just can't park across the road. So that's really the only thing. Now the thing about Westgate, we have a lot of people who try to come up that little ramp, just come up the hill towards us, but they come in cars. You know what I'm saying? Like, how should we play that? Should we tell them like, hey, just keep y'all cars down there on the road and then you can walk up to us? do we continue to let them try their cars up there and tell them like, hey, park your car right here, then get out?
I mean, if they're coming to the gate and they're looking for a job and stuff like that, we could try allow them to park in a little parking space that they have there, because it's open to us and the civilians.
All right.
Well, Westgate, that's totally different, because the only people that are really allowed to just come up by Westgate like that is PD or EMS, basically faction employees. You feel what I'm saying? If gang members and civilians try to come up there, it's restricted. They got to come to the main gate.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. So should we keep that, have like, as far as to line up the formation, as far as guarding that west gate? Normally we have officers just standing as close to the actual gate as possible, and like you said, having people on the towers. I do like the towers. I think that's a huge advantage for us now. But do you think that maybe we should switch it up if we have enough people, if we have enough personnel at the west gate, to have some stand further down and just tell them who may be thinking of, coming into the base or just making that right or left turn coming towards the west gate? Or should we keep everybody up to the top and just continue doing it the way that we've been doing it? Just telling everybody like, hey, stop right here. You can't be right here. Go back down. Like anybody who may just be a civilian or a gang member.
Yeah, I think we should keep it the way how we doing it now. Cause hear me out. Cause if you put a couple soldiers down there by the little slump, by the little hill before you come up by Westgate, right? Say there's a player with aimbot or a player with a level 14 AK or something, and he's just wall peeking by the beach, the little hill by the beach, cause they could wall peek that and just start lighting you guys up, because you guys don't have no cover right in front there by the little hill. You feel what I'm saying? So like, it's better if we just stay by the gate and we have the soldiers or whatever on the towers for that cover.
Okay, yeah, that definitely make a lot more sense. I agree. Thank you.
Yeah. So is there anything else that we need to adjust or anything? Because I ain't gonna lie, Demi made me feel like I'm being hard as hell on y'all.
You're not, sir.
I'm not even trying to be mean, but it's gonna start a domino effect when we're trying to build our numbers. I'm not even trying to be the mean guy.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to bring up too. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that we should be a little more chill right now, and just like I said, build them into it. Like, we got to build the military up. It's already fractured like twice on us, and like we're at record low numbers.
So I just felt like honestly, so we should be having these trainings, but we shouldn't be having them like every day to the point where people are getting mad, to the point where they gotta feel like most of their free time is like taken away. So I feel like we should schedule these out like at least probably like So like Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, like how we got our hirings. When we our rank ups, we should do like the trainings like just like that. Try to schedule them out like like a couple days. And that because I've been hearing soft caps and hard caps too feel like they being threatened. I heard it and I'm like, bruh, when we was all in that spot, we haven't got threatened. So why are we doing that to them? It's not right.
You know,
I never threaten a soft cap or anybody with training. But hear me out. I ain't gonna lie, y'all make training sound draining as hell. Training is an activity. You feel what I'm saying? Training should be fun. It doesn't always have to be something where we do an operation or whatever the case is. We could all get together and do a free for all. We could all get together and do a team that match. We could do something together on the base. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
we do understand what you're saying, but we're just looking at, soft cap standpoints and trying to get the numbers up. You know, I was soft cap not too long ago. And yes, I feel what everybody is saying when it's trained every day. Out of the blue, you got a gen that goes, "Oh, mandatory training," and it's completely out of the blue, and it completely blows up everything that you were gonna go do. You know, to us now, where we all sit as gens, we understand where you're getting at. Yes, we understand that we got to make it fun and not, draining. But they don't see it that way.
May I please be excused? I need to go line up for raid. If not, I'll stay here.
We're gonna wrap this up in a few minutes.
Wait, can I just say something real quick?
Yes, ma'am.
I was just thinking and brainstorming because I'm writing in my notes like pretty much everything what we were saying. Can we have like two people like do a little training whatnot? Like let's say today's Monday, two people do something today, and then tomorrow somebody do something just like that, like 2 by 2.
So, basically, what you're telling me is, so say for instance, me and you do a training today. So we gonna do just one training, then we're gonna do another one tomorrow.
Not like something like that. Then like let's see if we could pick up the increase since there's a lot of us up in here, And then if that one person is not online, let's say if I'm not online, but you could pick up where I left off.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's gonna be more even like 4 of us in a group since it's like all of us in here, 4 people in a group. And wherever that group left off, we could pick up on it from the like another time, not another time, but like another day in the within the stuff what we're doing. Yes.
Yeah, that's understandable. So if you guys could like work around with what you guys just said and come up with a schedule or whatever the case is, that's fine. As long as we're communicating.
And we also, got to make sure that we don't clash, some of the gens that are in like Delta Force, Ghost Squad, MP. We got to make sure we don't clash those trainings when it's that gen that's supposed to be doing training, if you know what I mean, trying to say.
Yeah, facts. I totally agree. Yeah, so like I said, just communicate, get with each other, share your schedules, and come up with, appropriate times and stuff like that so we could all be clear on the trainings.
Is there a way to put all of us in one group on Discord so we are able to organize this?
That would be fantastic. I'm not gonna lie. If we all could fit in one Discord and coordinate everybody into something.
All the gens or all the soldiers?
Just us gens.
Yeah, that's doable.
Because then
Yeah,
we're,
it's doable.
my bad. It's just then we're more able to be in touch with each other, figuring out, okay, you got this, they got that, and when everybody can do things. I know like in our, Delta and Ghost Squads chat, we sort of get our work schedules up so we can work around everybody.
Yeah, I think like a group chat only hold like 10 people if I'm not mistaken, so I can create a server or something for us.
That'd be perfect because I know Slimp sent out that message yesterday about this meeting, and Mr. Crime, he put out that flyer today, and I definitely saw the flyer with it being tagged and everything where he put it. But I almost missed the match from Slim, so it'd be great to have a gen server where all these type of things can be discussed.
Yep, for sure. So basically, the only confusion was the trainings, and we basically just cleared that. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Is there any more questions before we wrap up this meeting?
No, sir.
Negative, sir.
I do, sir, but I got a question, but I'll just talk to you after, Ray, sir.
All right, copy that. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for taking your time, for coming out and sharing your ideas with me.
Only thing I got is that was approved. So I don't know if you want to take care of that now or not.
Yeah, you can handle it.
You cut out a little bit.
I was saying you can handle it. We could do it now, and we could do it in a briefing too, so everybody know.
Okay, yeah, copy. We'll do it in debrief.
All right, let's get out there and kick some ass.
10-4.
Yes, sir.
You got time.
Come on, Mr. Baker. Round out. Mr. Hamadi.
Hey, Brooklyn.
Oh man, Miss Rhonda is on vacation here. Oh, everybody's back. Oh, look.
You say headquarters, bro?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Gambino, come see me on Mars at mid, please, sir.
Not you bump into the chair. Wait, let me do it. I'm right here.
All right, cool. All right.
Dang, y'all not trying to even Mr. Baker.
What happened?
They're not gonna drive you. Who locked the car? Man, these people weird. Oh my god, he don't got no body.
Bad, y'all.
Man, which Jeep are we taking?
Let me go get another one.
Come on back. Come on back. Come on back. Scoot up a little bit, Alpha, so he can get in. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, scoot up. Scoot up. Never mind. I got him.
Yeah, y'all do that.
Don't want to mid.
No problem. Stay safe out there.
All right. Appreciate it.
I will see y'all when.
People enjoy it.
Oh man, shit, my vacation over in about an hour. Less than that.
Man, you might as
You
well
gonna
stay right
move?
here.
Yeah, my vacation should be over like around 9 or something.
I'm thinking main gate might get ready to go to mid. I mean raid.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that'll be like 10 something Eastern.
Yeah, it's almost that time.
Appreciate it, man.
No problem.
Where y'all at with it? Definitely understandable.
Mm-mm. Nah, you wouldn't even answer my text message. Alright, I don't like to get in. Ain't nobody got time for yours. Ain't nobody got time for yours. Bake, what you got going?
Shit, I'm cool and gang. Shit, I'm finna say, whatever you had to for, I can tell you. That's why I was just asking.
Okay, bet. 1 second.
Shit,
Yeah,
gotta
come
work
on,
too.
come get in.
You talking about Mike?